Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bourbon Neophyte. Glad to see you all here. Hope you're sitting back in your favorite spot, relaxing. Got yourself a little pour? I know I do. I actually have quite a few of them. Sorry if you see like a little floating cotton ball around here. The dog is right behind me. She just had to come in and see what was going on. Where are you going? Okay, never mind. She's decided that she doesn't want to be here now. But that's just how that goes. It's okay. She pretty much has the run of the place. And if there's a door closed, she's coming in regardless. She's got to stick her nose in there. So, hope everyone's doing well. I know I am. I have had some people drop some things off to me this week, and I'm like, holy smokes, when it rains, it pours. And this time it was a great shower, let's say. Um, First things first, Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge dropped off a nice little flight of scotches for me. And I'm like, ooh, and something I wanted to try. Sorry, didn't realize the light wasn't on until a second ago. Anyway, so a few of them I'm going to open and sample them. He did a stream with these, I'm going to say close to a month ago, give or take. He had done a stream, and I expressed interest in trying some of these. And so next thing you know, he jumped in the truck and here he was. So I have a couple of nice little samples from Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge. And I'm like, ooh, all right, this is going to be good. And then all of a sudden I get another notification that I've got another package. I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like, who's sending me something? Especially now. I don't have any idea who this might be. Anyway, so I get this beautiful little thing all wrapped up nicely, and I'm like, man, this is one heck of a package. And so once I figured out that Troy Man dropped these off for me, and they are something that's coveted in whiskey too, but these are some bourbon baller picks, Woodinville, Elijah Craig barrel proof, different picks that Bourbon Baller has done, Maker's Mark. So I've got 8 of them that I'm going to have to do another stream on and actually try those, because if anybody knows about Bourbon Baller picks, they are absolutely amazing. So I am told. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And I didn't touch them, although I thought about it a few times. But I'm like, no. You have to have some self-control. So, needless to say, they're there. That's where I'm going to keep them, right there. I'm not going to touch them. Probably will do that. I'll probably do half of them in about 2 weeks. I'll organize a stream, give or take, not sure. But you all know when I decide to do that. So we'll get rid of a little housekeeping stuff here, just to say, okay, thank you, Jim, got your stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. I picked the night. I knew you had a long drive back. Five Fingers, brother, cheers. Eric, great to have you here. Really appreciate it. William, cheers, man. Thank you. Andrew, hope all is well in your neck of the woods. It was a busy day. Cheers, man. Looks like Old Pirate Bourbon. Cheers. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. I hope you're rested, Stacy. I know you had a busy weekend. And then there, speak of the devil, there he is. Thanks, man. Everything was safe and sound. Um, I am really honestly anxious to give those things a go and a try. But like I said, I'm not going to touch them right now. Although when I was staring at some of them, I could I could tell some of those are Elijah Craig. I could smell that delicious caramel brown sugar syrupy goodness, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Hey, you're welcome. Oh, and another thing, this malt whiskey yearbook for 23 2024 will be out in a little bit, but this was something else I got. This thing is terrific. It talks about all the distilleries that are there, when they opened, who owns them, what releases are out. You're going back to 1820, 1800 on some of these distilleries. It's just amazing. I sat for a few hours just thumbing through the pages, and of course I find one of my favorite, I should say, Highland Park, which was founded in 1798. 1798. And I'm like, that is one of my favorite scotches is Highland Park, particularly the 15-year-old Viking Heart. Well, Cask Strength Batch 2 is pretty damn good also, so I can't argue there. But anyway, I just love going through this thing and reading about some of these distilleries, but also being that I'm not from Scotland, sometimes pronouncing some stuff is very hard. It gives you the pronunciations right there in the book. Let me get a little closer. Right there in the book. So, anyway, something if you guys are Scotch drinkers or gals and you want to know some fun facts, the people that are currently owners or who owned it prior, it's not in depth, but it is very good. Very good. Very well written. I liked it. And like I said, I'm still going over it. And yeah. Oh, Bunnahabhain and Kalila. Oh, I got to stop because I'll sit here and peruse this thing for a while. Hey, Ben, cheers. And Mr. Slapshot, always great to see you here. That is for sure. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Steve, thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. No, it's getting a little late for you. Whiskey Uncensored, he's probably just woke up from his nap. Mr. Morgan, always great to see you here. Appreciate it. Hey, Shredward, cheers, man. Thank you for stopping in and visiting. Look at this live wire whiskey. I'm sure you are, man. Don't forget to wash your hands, too, before you go to bed. So cheers to you, man. Appreciate you. Always great to have live wire pop in here and say hello. What is this? Mr. Stream, Mike, I was packing a load of my whiskey spoons into my car. I'll try to make an appearance from the new digs next Sunday if I can. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. You got a new Den of Iniquity. I forgot about that. Yes. Uh-oh. What do we got here? McCarthy 6-year single malt finished. Oh, PX Sherry. I love Sherry cask finish. I honestly do. I think it is terrific. Z-Man, cheers. Greg, I know it's way past your bedtime, but I really appreciate you being up here. Top Shelf, holy smokes. Cheers, man. Thank you. And what's up, Mr. Hall? Cheers. I understand it's late for you. And look at this. John is here. Cheers, man. Always great to see you. Mr. Lopez, cheers. Thank you for popping in here. Always appreciate it. And here we go. Northwest Bourbon. So here it was. What the heck was it? The other night you were on with your veteran stream. Wasn't my internet that went out, Mark. My camera decided it was too hot and it turned off. And I'm like, not making sense, but long short of it is figured out after about 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, everything seems to be where it should be. I forgot my fan that circulates the air from where I keep my camera. I didn't turn it on. So it was operator error. So camera did what it's supposed to do. It gets too warm because of where it's at, where I like to keep it. So that was the problem. Wasn't actually the internet. Oh, well, it does happen. Uh-oh. Canadians are in the house. Cheers, Ben. Always appreciate you. Thank you for popping in here. Really do appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Let me finish up one more little bit of housekeeping there. Highland Park is great. I'm particularly fond of the 18-year. Yes, I'm particularly fond of any Highland Park. Gandy Road, cheers, brother. Hope I didn't miss you. I just happened to look up and go, I don't think I said hello to you, but appreciate it. And as always, everyone, I appreciate you. Please make sure you smash that like button. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Really do appreciate it. Remember to click on that bell. So hold on here. I just noticed, like I said, finish up one more bit of housekeeping here. Let me go and see if this is going to work, because pinch hitter himself may decide to come in here and join. Let's see if it works. Boom. All right, it is all pinned. Got that. So I am going to have a little pour of what I poured last week, the Loch Lomond 12. Really actually enjoying this particular bottle. I had a little pour of it. Was it last night? Yeah, I had some last night and I had some on Friday. Had to think of what today was. Today's Sunday. Oh my gosh. That's what happens. So let me pour it in my little Glen here. Have just a little taste to get started. But the first one that I'm going to open, and I left it sealed just the way they dropped it off. Holy cow. Is that it? Can it be the amazing Nick Proman? Cheers, man. Always appreciate it whenever you manage to roll over and pop on here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let me open this up and pour some in the glass here, because this is the from the John Milroy collection. It's a Mortlatch 10 from 2016. It's non-chill filtered and no color added, coming in at 56.7 ABV. So what is that, 113? Yeah, 113.4 on that. Love that tape on there. Let me just take that. And this is not, well, okay. The argument was, is it peated? Is it not the Loch Lomond? It's probably very, very lightly peated. When I say lightly, 5 parts per million. I mean, it is so light that I don't even pick it up, but I do get a little bit of char on that. But anyway, much higher proof than the other 3. I don't know. Yeah, 92, 90. Oh, their only ones are only 92. I thought it was like 120 something. I couldn't read your scratch, Jim. Okay. But actually, I can go anywhere I want. I know you really don't care. And speaking of not caring, there he is.
Cheers.
There you go. Okay. I was like, did you got your mic connected? Yes, you did.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you can start wherever you want. I just wouldn't start with that one because the other 3 are 46% ABV.
No.
But do what you
I
wish.
read your scratch wrong.
That's the only bottle I don't have handy right now because it's already in storage.
That's all right.
But I have the other 3, which are the main attraction, really.
I thought when I looked at these and I just glanced at them, I didn't pay attention, that it was like 112, 119 or something like that. I just looked at the numbers on there, and then I actually looked at it to point to where I could tell you I read it and I go, oh, 92, not like 112 or whatever it was. And I'm thinking, yeah. I was like, where's he getting 46, and got down here 112 and stuff like that. And I'm like, nah, the other 3 are 46. This is the only one. So, all right. I'm going to put that aside. Take another sip of this Loch Lomond.
If
So-
it wasn't like 56% ABV, that is where I would have you start because it's probably the least impressive of the four. But
Which one?
the Mortlock 10. It's not bad. It's just the other three are far better.
Okay. Well, there's the Springbank 11. Then we've got the Bowmore.
Yeah, I would say Longmorn, Springbank, and then it's like it's kind of a rock and hard place because the Bowmore is peated. So if you do that before the Mortlock, it's going to call the Mortlock. But if you do it after the Mortlock, you've proofed up your palate. So I think I'd still save it for last because it's peated.
The Mortlock?
The Bowmore.
Okay, yeah, that's going to say if that one's peated, yeah, I don't want to do that first. Although it doesn't make a difference. But if I'm trying to taste them for what they are,
yep,
that's why I started with the Loch Lomond because of the Loch Lomond. One is not peated, although sometimes people have been telling me it's very, very lightly. Hey, Mark. Cheers, brother.
Jim, you're going to be in trouble with Mike Stahl because
I
you
know.
didn't join him on Livewire.
I know.
You got no work tomorrow, and he was a little bit.
Cheers, gentlemen.
There's Jim.
I know.
Hi, Jim.
There he is.
There's Jim.
What's
We
up,
thought he
Jim?
might be sleeping or something, but
No, I was.
No,
He's
you're
packing.
moving, right?
Packing and
Yeah.
You know,
loading
Jim's
things
not
of
going to
whiskey
miss
into
a
my car.
Scotch night. I mean,
Mhm.
you know,
Sorry.
it's just, yeah,
I tried.
it's not going to
miss it.
happen, you know.
So you
You
think
know-
I would like peated Scotch because I like mezcal cocktails?
Of course. Look,
I would say yes.
you know what, Mark? A lot of people say that they don't like.
I never
Peat.
had it, so I don't even know.
Truthfully,
Smokiness on the mezcal, I was like, this is pretty good stuff.
well, people say, and I don't get it on this Loch Lomond 12, that it has some peat and smokiness. Now, what it comes off of, or what it manifests itself to me is light barrel char, not
Okay.
peat.
Well, is it not
And-
peated or is it?
People tell me it is. But it's extremely light. You're talking 5 parts per million.
But if you like
So
something else
versus
that's
a-
more heavily peated, then you taste that, you're going to definitely think it's not. I mean,
Yeah.
the same.
So
Right.
for me, like I said, that's why I grabbed this.
I mean, is
I
that
don't
like a
get it,
Bunahama 12? You know,
No,
that level? No.
it to me, Bunnahabhain, I could taste it. I cannot taste it in the Loch Lomond.
Oh, well, then that would be good because that
Exactly.
the one you sent me,
like it.
I kind of liked it, and I don't like Pete, but if it's
Let me
less
tell you
than
what.
that, yeah.
If you can find this, it's only like $25.
Black Lemon 12. I need to look for that.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
ASMR Whiskey found the deal for us at Costco for like $25. So it's like, yeah, exactly. And I couldn't pass it up. It's like, yeah. So I'm gonna open up the Springbank 11 here
Okay.
and
Ooh,
pour a little in the glass.
going a little bougie now.
Bougie.
And I would be remiss if I didn't thank Ben for hooking me up with these bottles because he was the one who found them and
There you go.
helped me get us that. And they're some of the best Scotch I've ever had.
So are you saying this was a connection thing?
I mean, I didn't get them for free if that's what you're saying.
No.
So,
it was
are you
because of the-
Chinese or Japanese?
So it was because of our connections on Whiskey Tube
Yes.
There you
that
go.
these
Absolutely.
wonderful little gems of
Nice.
Yep.
juice made it your way. I'm going to open up the Longmorn 14 and pour it into a Glen, and I'm going to cover it with my Whiskey Encore Glen cap. So I've got the Springbank 11 open. The Longmorn 14 is open, but it's covered. So this is the Springbank 11. Which one you got there? Oh, you got the Woodenville.
Might be the closest.
The sweet peat. This is the only Scotch I have currently.
That's a good one. That Deanston.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a good one.
Pretzels
Now,
appear out of nowhere.
definitely, the Springbank has that. I hate to call it. It's very citrusy on the nose, but it has that Springbank funk to it.
Oh yeah.
On the nose. The malt, zesty fruit on the nose. I'd grab my Springbank 10, but smells good though. I mean, but
Great. Nice.
I know it's Springbank.
I just marvel at the color. You can tell just looking at the color,
unmistakable
in the glass, that this is whiskey that was not messed around with. There's no color added to this. It's not chill filtered. It just went straight in the bottle.
No, this is. I was swishing this around, and the legs slowly just fall down the side of the glass. Yeah, that has a little of the Springbank peat to it.
Damn, it's shred.
It actually has some nice viscosity to it.
For me.
You know?
I'd like to.
There you go. What's the proof on it?
It's only 90, was it 92?
Yeah, 92.
46,
Okay.
yeah, 46 ABV.
There you go. Hey, that's pretty solid for a Scotch, though.
But non-chill filtered, no color added. To me, that's
there you go.
the Holy Grail, the Holy
Exactly.
Trinity.
There you go.
If you find it at 46, that's a great proof.
There
If
you
it's
go.
50, I'm not gonna 50 ABV. I'm not complaining because I'm a
Right.
cookie bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't mind the higher proof, but
well, you hope that the people that are involved in the bottling and all the tasting, that they found that sweet spot for that particular batch or whatever. And
trust me, the guy
that's
who
what
was
they went
involved in
with.
picking these knew what he was doing.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's light. I think it's fruity and sweet.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
that little bit of smoke is what I like. And the way it pairs well with the sweetness. Yet
balance
on the finish, you would almost think you're drinking a high rye bourbon with that pepper spice.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And people
That
don't
sounds
think
delicious.
like that about a Scotch, but some have that little spicy
Finish
after
on it.
taste on
Yeah.
the
Like white pepper.
yes. Yeah. And
Nice.
it was good. Yeah, I remember you cracked that. And that seltzer, that ruined it. That ruined
Ooh,
it
yeah.
there.
Oh,
Probably the worst of it. That seltzer probably what did it in.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. But this is actually a very nice Scotch. And so this was distilled 93 and bottled in 04.
Yep, I was about to point that out, that you have to keep that in mind, that these are all, with the exception of the Mortlock, which is a little more recent, the three Glen Masters are all much older.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like you're hopping in a time machine, because you're getting to experience Scotch as it was, as opposed to how it is now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cheers, Richie.
Which is
it's
cheers, Richie.
I love.
It's really nice. It has a very nice flavor to it.
Jim and
Cheers, Richie
all
Z.
caps. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Richie Z.
I mean, for an 11-year-old at 46 ABV, Springbank
There you go. Cheers, Joe.
it really does have
Cheers,
some oiliness to it. So that's the non-chill filter. You know, everything is still in there. And
There you
that's
go.
what makes these things nice. And I really
Exactly.
think having
And
having
then
that is extremely important in a Scotch. I mean, honestly. And
I mean, you're leaving
I
all
know-
those esters and tannins and all that in there. Yeah, exactly.
And there are people that say it doesn't make a difference. There are people that does. I'm just one that will say, if I have my druthers, I would
Yeah.
rather have
I'd rather
it
go that route.
Yeah. because to me, it tastes wonderful.
Anytime you
Definitely.
filter something, you're taking something away from it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
too much
I mean,
wouldn't
whether
go
it's
funk.
whiskey or
Feel the-
milk or anything. Yeah.
Hey, cheers, Kathy. Yeah, we
Cheers.
appreciate you. We have a lot of people that are still up late. Matter of fact, a couple of these people are on the East Coast and they're up very late.
Yes,
that
we
are on
are.
the panel.
It's late as hell.
So,
Central.
Took me a nap earlier tonight, so I'm ready.
yep. But really
Took a
appreciate
nap before I
you.
went
Just
to
gotta
the
say,
gym. So
cheers, Joe.
cheers, Independent Joe.
Appreciate you being here, brother.
A little scotch for you.
So that was really good, Jim.
This is the first actual Scotch I bought a couple weeks ago.
That's the one
that-
I want
that
right there.
is-
That's a good
That's
one.
the
That
one.
is a quintessential Scotch that every
That's the one I gotta get.
Scotch drinker needs to have. At 50 ABV, it's
Yes.
about 6 years old on that. That is a solid pour every time.
I
The
like it.
next
That's
one,
my next scotch purchase right there.
the next one you ought to try to find, Mark, is that Aaron 10.
Aaron's
Okay.
10.
ARAN.
Aaron.
ARRAN.
Yeah,
Correct.
I'm
Aaron.
telling you. And then
There's a lot of words in
ARAN.
this bottle.
ARAN.
Give you that much.
Aaron's.
It's full of words.
I love
Yeah.
that bottle, dude. That
I do
bottle's
too.
so cool.
That bottle's cool, except for you can't see how much is left.
How much is left?
that way you're not crying. But that's why
You're
you
crying
just
when
always-
you're out, and you're like, "Damn it, I didn't know I didn't
No,
have that
you
much."
always
I couldn't
buy
see
two of them.
that.
Oh, wow,
You just
There
buy
you go.
two.
You gotta have a backup. That's right.
gotta have back.
And that way, when that one's gone, you just go.
The other
back.
one,
Two
That's
is
how you
one,
avoid that
one is
problem.
none. Yeah.
the other one I like is Port Charlotte 10. That's another one that
Now,
I mean,
now
it's
the problem with that, if you're getting into peat, that's like getting hit in the teeth with a number 10 coal
Well,
shovel.
I mean, Anthony, like
He's not
I
wrong.
feel like
That's
Scotch
not
should know
easing
you're
into
safe
it,
word.
Oh, I'm
right?
fine with it.
Like-
I've got it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, I'd say Port Charlotte
Mark-
knows the safe word.
Is
Oxmoor
Aaron
doesn't.
peated? Like
Oxmoor is like, you know,
yeah.
So
Yeah,
the
but
place
I'm
where I
just
got
saying
this
the price
has a
jump
bunch
too,
of
though.
Scotch.
Yeah.
It's a gas
If-
station. There's a bunch of Scotch there, but they're all over. They're pretty pricey. I mean, those
Yeah,
Octomores are
yeah.
there.
Scott-
13,
that's-
14, 1, 2, 3, whatever. They're like 330,
Yeah.
350
Oh,
bucks.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Oxmoor's
that's
gotten out of hand.
fairly close to
Yeah.
retail. I mean, that's not like
That was 70,
out.
which I
That's
thought was.
not outside the realm for Octomore.
They got Port Charlotte 10 over there. I think is.
Oh my gosh, that
I don't know what
long
else. There
one.
was like
Port Charlotte
five or
10
six
is
bottles
cheap.
over there.
For
Longhorn,
sure.
did you?
Yeah.
It was like
saw some
65, I
this
think.
weekend.
Yeah, it's
I
about
can't
right.
remember how much it was, but it was a Total Wine, so it wasn't marked up. Yeah.
I mean,
Now this Longborn 14 has an excellent nose. Very thick, very rich, very sweet,
Nice.
malty. I'm getting pear. I'm getting
Ooh.
honey.
yeah.
Maybe not exact honey heather, but it's very close.
Ah.
Try this one, Mr. Lopez.
I get
tell you
that
what,
on
I agree with Mark, Mr. Lopez. That classic Lottie, if you want to start off with something really, it's 50 ABV, so 100 proof. It is
Better
a
than
very
Monkey Shoulder.
nice pour. And another one I could recommend that's real fruity is the oh my gosh.
I like Balvini. That was pretty fruity.
Hold on. I can see it in my head.
Sorry.
Well, you know what?
No, not
I-
that one. No.
Yeah, but you know, that's the number one selling blended Scotch going.
That was the second Scotch I
It is
ever
12 years
tried, and
old,
I did
so.
not like it.
It's not great.
Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. I know what I want to say. Hold on, it's
Spit
here.
it out.
I want to move something.
Say it. Say
Don't you
it.
hate it when that happens?
Oh my
When
gosh,
gentlemen of our
it's killing me.
statue forget.
It's killing me.
Well, that's why you sit in a rocking chair.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I only got 2 months.
Tomatin 12. That's it. Tomatin 12.
Yeah.
Tomatin
You say
12.
tomatin?
Tomatin
I said
12.
tomatin.
It's fruity, it's crisp, it's light,
What?
and it's like $40.
No.
Yeah.
Let me make a note to myself. Tomatin 12.
And they got it at Total Wine. I think it's 39, 45
Like
bucks
that.
there.
I'm going to send an email to myself.
Do not open till Christmas.
So, Eric, this is the Glen Masters Longmorn 14, distilled in 1990 and bottled in
What's up, Z-Man?
2004. No non-chill filtered, no color added. This is a very, very nice nose. Nice color. It almost looks thick in the glass when I swirl. Like it's, I don't know, almost like it's a syrup. It's not, but that's what the impression I get on it.
Yeah,
And
it looks like it's got some viscosity to it. Yeah.
it does. It's very thick on the glass. And I know it's hard to see, but let me turn this light a little bit, but it's very thick on the glass when I do that. And it's pouring down just slow, almost like butter coming down.
Yeah. Ooh.
I know Jim's looking at it too. Goes, butter? Well, maybe.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think what you're saying. It's very viscous. It's very slow to come down the glass. Now, interestingly, Springbank and Bamore, I have points of reference for because I've had a couple of Springbanks. I've had some Bamores. I have no point of reference for this one. I've never had any other Longmorn. So
now this is different on the taste.
Yeah.
It's almost, how do I want to say this? There's not a lot of finish to it. It's done.
Yeah.
I mean, a little on the disappointing side. I mean, the sweetness hits you like that, and then the oil is amazing, and then it goes away.
Yeah, I would say of the three Glen Masters, it's the I hesitate to use the word weak, but it's the weak one. Still good. It's just the other two stand head and shoulders above it, but it's good.
It is. The second sip got a little better. Now I'm getting a little more of a finish, but that first sip was almost over as soon as it started. Wow. But it's still thick. It's still thick. That's still a thick drop. I mean, but wow, that was really different. I wasn't expecting that. You know, my expectation was totally not what this was, and it's not that it's bad. I just wasn't expecting it to have been.
That's what I suggested, Ben.
I don't know, but I hate to use the term weak on the palate, but yeah,
maybe thin.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Longmorn should have been first.
I don't know. Maybe I'm still just setting myself up for the mort latch. Been better, but
which mort latch are you doing? The 12 or the 16?
Mortlock.
The John from the John Milroy collection, mort latch 10, 2016.
You're really testing Jim's patience.
Oh, you going?
I enjoy it.
Well, I'm not gonna. Well, let me just say this. No, we're gonna go to the Bowmore 14. Then I'll go to the other one.
Okay.
I know it's peated, but God, I don't want to do 113 and then go down to 92.
Yeah, that's. I'm there with you. That's probably what I would do because
You don't want to take that big of a
way.
fall.
Something.
So there's peated Scotch that's like 113, 1 teens. Is it peated Scotch?
Oh wow!
Oh
How
yeah.
is that? Is that like spicy barbecue?
I mean, it depends on the distillery.
Sorry, I was trying to really
barbecue.
savor this sip on this last
There you
one.
go.
I'm like,
There you go.
just
I'll
really
ruin it
trying
for
to
you.
pull some flavors out of it.
Nice.
This third sip, really, I got a little more out of it as far as flavor,
I got it.
as far as viscosity, as far as finish, a little spice on the tongue.
Let's see.
Like I said, the first sip was absolutely just disappointing, but the second and third has really redeemed itself. But overall, maybe weak isn't the term. It's mild compared to the Springbank and anything else. It's not what I would have expected from a 14-year-old Scotch from what I was observing in the glass.
Mm.
So next one is the Glenmaster Bowmore 14, distilled in 90, bottled in 04, 46 ABV. Oh, let me get
Have
this.
you had any other Bowmores?
I actually have not.
Okay.
I have not.
So your experience will be slightly different from mine because I had some reference points when I had this. So I'm going to shut up and let you take your ride, and then we can talk about it.
There
Okay.
you go.
Let
Take
me
your ride. Wow.
fresh Glen here.
Oh man.
Open the top. Yeah, I've
We're
got.
getting serious tonight now.
Oh yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 Glens here.
Hmm. Ready
I'm
to
not
go.
in the role, Jake. What the hell? I've been to Lowell, but I don't live there. Jesus.
Uh-oh. We need a scene from The Departed. Yeah, we have some guys from down Providence, you know.
What's wrong with Lowell?
The
it's a
Tomatin
little
12
rougher up there.
is good, but you know what?
You ever heard of Whitey Bulger?
Oh yeah.
Mark?
That works just fine.
That's Lowell. Like,
Yeah,
No,
that's so funny.
that's South
is that other
Boston.
place? Other way? Okay.
There's guys that you can hit, and there's guys that you can't hit. This is the guy you can't hit.
I actually
Oh.
have a friend from college who
Now that's different on
He's
the
a
nose.
baseball player, right?
No.
he was an Irish he was an Irish mobster.
Yeah, it's the movie The Departed. Yeah.
You know this has some peat in it, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Probably the most famous mobster
Oh,
to
yeah.
be on the run for years.
Irish
I think
mobster,
he
yeah.
holds the record for the longest time on the limb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 17 years. Yeah.
Mhm.
I have a friend
Which
from
is-
college whose grandfather owned a drugstore in Dorchester, Mass.
Oh,
And-
hell.
He got a visit from Whitey and his associates because he'd been having problems. Kids kept breaking his glass windows and everything. And so Whitey and his associates paid him a visit and offered to watch over the
Protection.
store for protection money. And my friend's
Yeah.
grandfather was like, "Nah, I'm all set. Thank you." I can't even imagine.
Next thing you know, the place burned down.
Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying here. You know, we're going to offer you some services, and you might
You
want to
You
think
shouldn't
about taking
refuse.
it. Exactly. Yeah. Might make you
Now,
an offer
I have
you
some
can't
friends
refuse.
that
I knew it wasn't a baseball.
I have some friends that live in Florida, and they were just sitting in their apartment building, and all of a sudden, a bunch of SWAT shows up at their apartment building, and I can't figure out why.
They got
It's
swatted.
because they lived in the same apartment building as Whitey Bulger.
Oh shit!
They had just moved in like a week before.
Oh wow. Oh man.
Wow.
They were like, we need to move. They did move. Like shortly after that, they did not stay in that apartment building.
They did not stay.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Donna Lance. 58.6. Cragganmore.
Oh man.
That sounds
Now,
like
I
a
I
swamp
understand
waiting
why
to
he's going
happen.
to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking. Yeah.
Did that whiskey swaffle you, Donald Rance?
117.2.
Wow.
You know what? This has a peculiar taste, and I don't know why. It reminded me of fresh cut weeds. Like when you're cutting weeds from your yard and stuff like that, you get them together and you can smell that green.
Like a
That's
weenie.
what it triggered in me right then and there. And I'm like, wow,
Grassy.
yes,
I get that's a
Yeah.
little grassy.
on that Bowmore 14. Yeah.
Oh,
And the peat was there, but the sweetness wasn't on the first sip.
California, not Florida.
is it coming
Sorry, I
around?
misspoke. They caught him in California, not Florida. I don't know why I said Florida.
One of those
Florida,
places with palm
Carolina.
trees.
Yeah.
It was on. It's on the coast. I'm in the
Yeah.
center. We got we have no coast. I don't know what state.
That's right. You have no point of reference. You know.
Mountains over here. There's rivers
They're all the
here.
same.
It's just
They're
flat
all the
and
same.
dusty over there.
Yeah.
There's oceans around.
There's an
From sea to
ocean.
shining
around
sea. Flyover
Exactly.
country. You know.
there.
No, Ben, I have not.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I'm going to check out. I got to go to work tomorrow. But hey, Anthony, I appreciate you being on, man. Appreciate all of y'all guys. Y'all have a good one tonight.
All right,
Tim.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
A good one, Tim.
Cheers.
But
Have
it
a good
is
week.
weird. It's an unusual note to
Mhm.
get,
So
I think, on here.
It's so light.
on the palate, I get a little bit of grassiness. I get a sweetness, like it's like some sort of sweet fruit,
Yeah.
and the peat smoke. But
Oh, the peat smoke is there. Yes.
what I can tell you is that if you put this bottle up against almost anything in their current lineup, it will put it to shame, because Bamore is a shell of what it once was. Mm,
So-
most of their releases have this horrendous metallic tang on the finish. The 15 is the exception that I'm aware of, because it's finished in what have to be somewhat wet sherry barrels, and the sherry covers up most of the sins, not completely, but enough that it's drinkable. But this is some. If I could find more bottles of this, I would stock up on this. I love this bottle. It's so good.
James Morgan, are you sure of that? You sure of that?
This is the Glenmaster Bowmore 14 year, distilled in 1990, bottled in 04, non-chill filtered, no color added, 46 ABV. It's nothing like you get now, Ben. It's
Wow.
what it was before these renditions had come out. It is very different. I'll have to give you that. But it's a peculiar taste that I wasn't expecting, particularly that, I don't know if you want to call it a rich or deep or just prevalent grassy note was, that was different.
Yeah, that was my reaction when I first. I'm like, whoa, it was definitely not what I was expecting. Now,
Mm-mm.
the other interesting thing to note about this, I think it was Mark had the classic Lottie out earlier. Jim McEwen, who helped revive Bruichladdich with Mark Rainier, spent like 30 years working at Bamore. He distilled this. He laid it down.
Now, did they or did they not close for a while?
Bamore or Bruichladdich?
Bamore.
I don't think they closed. I think they were sporadic for a while.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm thinking when I've got it right here.
I know
don't know.
Bruichladdich was basically mothballed for a while before Mark Rainier revived it. Because Bean bought it and then was like, the hell do we do with this?
Okay, I'm looking here.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna follow T Rob, and I gotta work in
End
the
of the
morning.
French
So,
War.
oh, now this guy comes on. All right. Well, whatever.
Well, yeah,
Bye.
because he knew you were leaving.
Goodbye, Vic.
Are you home now, or are you still in
Oh, is that a good thing or a bad
From
thing?
Kentucky.
Hey, it's a
Bye.
Vic.
living in Kentucky? Nice.
Hey, Vic.
I recognize the
boy.
hoodie from the
We're
pictures.
Mexican Kentucky. Watch out.
What?
I was going to send you a picture of my bottle of mezcal so you could interpret it, but I don't know if that would work. It's all written in
Okay.
Spanish.
So, Bowmore was founded in 1779, the distillery. And it looks to me, by reading this, that it pretty much continuously operated throughout. You know, it had not shut down. I thought that it did, and then, reopened because someone else bought it and so on and so forth. But no, not at all. Nope. It's been continuously in operation pretty much that I can see since 1779. So you would think they know a little bit about making scotch. At least.
But
No, I'm sorry. I was going to comment on something, but I was incorrect. So I stopped myself.
okay. I was
No.
going to say that there's a pair of releases from Bamore, the Vaults edition number 1 and edition number 2. Now, I had a sample of edition number 1 in an advent calendar. Greg McDonald sent me a sample of number 2 and number 1, so I can compare. And you really get the two sides of the Bamore coin, because the Vault edition number 1 I hate, because up front I can only call it a whiskey prick tease. Up front, it's nice, sweet, malty, and then you get to the finish and you get slapped upside the head with a piece of iron because it's got this wicked metallic tang on the finish. It's awful. Number 2 doesn't have that. Number 2 is closer to this.
Mm-hmm.
There's Vic.
I will
What do you
say
got there
that
in Kentucky with you?
What was that?
What are you drinking there in Kentucky?
Water. I'm about to go to bed.
Good plan. Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I just stop by and say cheers. Say what's up.
Cheers, man.
I'm going to go to bed.
Oh, sometimes you just gotta do it, Vic.
Oh yeah, it was a great weekend. We had
Kentucky
so many
time's not
cool-
like California time, is it, Vic?
Nope.
Nope.
It's early for you, isn't it? Man, it feels like it's early.
Yeah.
Well,
Still
it just
9 o'clock.
depends.
Actually,
It just
9 o'clock in
depends.
Cali.
But
But yeah,
I'll bet.
I'll see you guys around. I don't know, I might go live tomorrow when I land. Who knows?
who knows?
Who knows?
When's that supposed to be?
Huh?
When you landing?
Drop it on.
LAX?
Yeah.
When?
All right, man.
Tomorrow. 5.
Okay.
I should land.
See you around.
I should land at 5, like tomorrow night. I go out,
Okay,
I'll
cool.
go like 7 o'clock, 8.
Cool. Have a
Cheers,
good
guys.
flight. Be
All right,
safe.
man.
Have a good night.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers, Vic.
Good night.
I'm going to open up the mort latch. Got my clean glass here, but the peat on that I still
More-
have a little bit on the tongue, but I don't think it's nowhere like a Lafroig or an Ardbeg or a Lagavulin peat.
Oh no.
No, it's not. That's what I was thinking when you were cautioning me on the peat. I'm like, okay, well, when I
No, it's not that
nosed
overbearing. I
mm-mm.
would say it's probably close to Kulila, but it's not quite as round as Kulila.
No, I think Colila is much more refined, along what I call the Highland Park. Oh, man, that smells like an apple bomb almost on this Mortlatch.
That's what I remember.
Check
yeah.
out Ben Demon Hunter's comment
Thank you.
before Jim splits his skull.
Wow, this is really like a hard, almost like a I don't almost like a Granny Smith, or maybe almost like a Granny Smith apple with the malt. Wow, a little citrus maybe. Man, that is apple all day long. So this is a from the John Milroy collection, Mortlatch 10-year from 2016 at
Yeah, definitely extra road done.
56.7 ABV or 113.4. Nice nose, very, very fruity, very aptly. I mean, predominant.
Now with that one, what I can tell you is even though it's labeled the John Milroy collection, by the time that barrel was picked, John had long sold the business to Berry Brothers and Rudd. However, the gentleman at Berry Brothers and Rudd, who's in charge of the independent bottlings, Doug MacGyver, got his start at Milroy's of Soho under the Milroys. So if anybody's gonna know what they would have picked and what they liked, he's the guy.
More like a green apple, Ben.
Oh, cool, Ben. That's probably Glen Rothes, yeah. I would believe that.
I don't know why, but maybe a little bit of grape. Huh? No. Hey, Mark.
Cheers, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Mark.
I saw I was getting close to when you're going to cut out, so I wanted to jump on and have a pour with you.
I tell you what, this Mortlatch 10 is nice.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Nice ABV, too. Doesn't drink like 113. Does not.
I really like the low 1 teens, you know?
Wow.
Like 112, 113, 114. In that area, it's a lot of whiskeys are really good in that point.
This is really nice.
See,
Wow.
the edges though, the cutting edges are just like
And around that.
I mean, it's definitely different. It's not what exactly I would expect from them, but of course, this distillate is from, like I said, this is bottled in 16. So distilled in 10.
And also, it's a single cask, that someone hand selected, so it's a stands a decent chance to be fairly different from any of their distillery releases, which have their own profile that they follow. Now, if you really like that, I can get you your own bottle of that, but it's going to cost you $100 before shipping. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't
Yeah,
happy about paying that much for it.
I mean,
No West.
I would
A
have
little bit here and
thought
there,
it would be a little more than that, but that's pretty good.
Came out of the stuff from the other thing, from the other ones.
Right, it had just a little bit of contact.
That was the cheapest of the John Milroy bottles that
I
the
mean,
store
on the
had. All the
cutting.
rest were twice as much.
Okay.
These are the ones we've been using on the back of the toilet, right?
Whoops.
Wow. That's nice. That's a nice Scotch. So if I was putting
Troy,
these,
okay, Troy, man, I almost finished it, but I had to pour it back in the bottle because too much craft funk, not enough peat, evidently.
craft funk and not enough peat.
I don't know. On Woodenville, I don't know. It didn't seem like smoky or barbecuey or whatever. Just the Woodenville, you could definitely tell it's that funk, that Woodenville stuff.
Do
They all
you
taste
think?
the same.
Do you think it's just really the barrel char that's trying to give it that smoke, or
I don't know. I mean, they named it Sweet Pete Smoked, so I guess they smoked it, or there's something in there that's. Mark, you're up there, right? What is does it actually smoked in peat? Do you know the Woodenville?
The sweet peat. Oh yeah, that was They took their bourbon and they finished it in a sweet peat barrel. So it's a finish.
Okay.
Yeah, finished in
In
a
a
peat
peated
barrel.
Scotch barrel or a barrel that had like peat bog shit in it.
Yeah, it was probably an ex-Scotch barrel.
It was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And so for that release, there was 3 different ones released at the same time, just 3 single barrels. There was an applewood smoked, a maplewood smoked, and a sweet peat smoked finished barrel that they had. Those 3 single barrels that you could pick up, and so you got a pretty exclusive single barrel sample there.
Yeah. Thanks, Troy, man.
Oh, and I was with Troy, man, there when we picked those up.
Cheers, fellas.
What's up, Z-Man?
Hey, Z-Man.
Mark, this is what I did to my classic Lottie bottle, man. Take the paint off of it.
Yeah. There you go, guys.
Light on it, and
There's a tip. He scraped the edge off of there, so you can't. Yeah. Anthony, you see this? You said you can't tell how much whiskey's in there. You scrape the paint off the edge of that bottle.
Yep.
Now you
I don't worry about that. I have a backup.
I don't have a backup, so I worry about
Well,
it.
I guess I explained that earlier. So, hey, Mark.
Yo.
I know I still got plenty in there. Me or the other guy? Me or the other one? Oh, is that the Sweet Pete from that? Looked like a Troy Man sample too. There you go.
There it is.
Troy, man, is such a sweetie pie.
Perhaps you enjoy it more than I. I don't know.
I didn't pull them out to look, but he said I had it. And I'm like, oh, I do. All right. So whenever I do that,
if you're working on Scotch, you might just want to keep on with your Scotch.
I am. I'm gonna do half on one stream, then do another stream with the other half.
There you go.
So
for sure.
Yeah. I tell you what, the Mortlock is good. The Springbank, I'm going to say, would be my first pick. The Bamore would probably be second with the Mortlach, and then the Longmore. Because the Longmore was more, it was good, but kind of mild compared to everything else. Wasn't terrible or anything like that. It just didn't seem to have a lot of flavor. But I like them all. If I owned the bottles, I wouldn't be disappointed. And we all have bottles that we all like, and just some we like a few more than others.
Right.
I'm glad
None
you
of
drove.
them are shitters, that's for sure. None of them were shitters.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as Ben pointed out in the chat of the 3 Glen Masters, the only one that he can still get is the Longmore. The other 2
I
are
wonder
all
why.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mr. Jiggs. Appreciate you,
All right,
man.
Mr.
Thank you.
Jiggs.
So I moved on
Yeah.
to this.
What are the
All right, good night, Mr.
the
Jiggs.
Dalmore? What are the Dalmore?
Hey,
Where's
Bill.
the Dalmore?
Cheers, man.
Is Dalmore any good stuff?
Dalmore.
Well, you know what?
I'm just asking, bro.
Let me
I
finish
seen
this.
those antlers around, and I just remembered what the name was.
I'm going to
but-
finish this
Yep, I hear you.
Loch
It's
Lomond, and then I'm going to pour a
Not
little
just
bit of
that.
Springbank 10 because since Bill has it, and I was thinking about it since I had the Springbank 11 from the Glenmaster Springbank 11. I'm like, wow, I should pour some Springbank. So
I
now
don't,
he's twisted.
man. I don't have any Springbank. What's everybody else drinking? Because my glass is
You
empty
drink
now. and I
whatever
don't know
you want to
what-
drink.
Amber.
You drink whatever you want to drink. Hey, pull out your Johnny Walker 15.
There you go.
There you go.
Did
You
you
can't
actually?
go wrong with that. No, but I am going to drink a Springbank 10 here as soon as I.
That's a blue one? Or is that 15? Is that the black?
The
Mark,
green
what do
one.
you got?
The
Green.
yeah, 15.
Oh,
15 is
15 's
green,
not
the
the-
blue. I forget what the. I don't
Okay.
think the blue has an age, David.
They got a blue
Yeah.
at that store I saw before too. It's like 250.
Yeah, those are-
Yeah, no. Mark,
300.
that green right there is all single malt Scotch. Light.
And the review, that's what I've been editing while I was listening to you in the background. That review will be released tomorrow.
Light
you go.
peat, Mark. Okay. For $60 or less. And it's
yeah.
top distilleries. Top distilleries. I mean, really good stuff. So if you're kind of on the fence a little bit on Scotch and your peak journey, definitely pick up one of those and have a few pours. And when you get about halfway done, we'll get you on the next step because, oh my gosh, that's a nice pour.
It is a super. It's like all good blends. It has a lot of layers to it. So as it's flowing through your mouth, there's multiple things going on. Not to give too much away. Spoiler alert for the video dropping tomorrow, but man, it is super complex. There's a lot going on because, like Anthony just said, there's 4 different top single malts in this blend. But yeah, at $60, I definitely don't hate it, man.
No. And they're all single malt 15-year-old Scotches.
Right. Now, so one of the things I mentioned, spoiler alert, so with bourbon, I know that they have to put the age statement as the youngest whiskey. Now, is that the same for Scotch? Because I don't know if those rules apply to other countries.
My associate is checking the files as we speak right now.
Because if that's an American whiskey rule, I don't know if that applies to other countries. You know? What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's the same for Scotch. The age statement has to
Be the youngest.
That if it's a 15, the youngest whiskey in the bottle is at least 15 years old. So there might
That-
be older, but that's the youngest.
That's what I assumed whiskey wide, but I could not say that with confidence. You know what I mean? Because I know that's a thing with bourbon, but I've not seen that in writing for other countries' whiskey.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Hey, good night,
Exactly,
guys.
Andrew.
The witching hour
Exactly.
out here at Central Zone. I'm surprised Brian's still hanging around. Whatever.
Yeah,
right,
Mark,
guys.
I don't sleep, brother.
Oh, all right. Well, hope you do better. Sleep when
kind
you
of a
can.
thing. It's kind of a thing.
Well,
All right.
since
Gotta do
it.
Bill had that
Gonna-
Springbank poured, I'm gonna pour Springbank with him. So I'm gonna have a little Springbank here. Let me just gotta dig it out. I know it's right here.
We just
I
lost
could do a
Brenda.
Freud, but that would defeat the purpose.
Brian, were you able to watch the veterans live stream from last night?
I watched some of it.
Dude, we had a blast. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
got
wait
some of
to
it.
get, I can't wait for B-Hawk to be able to be distributed nationwide.
Now here is
Gorgeous bottle.
the box will give it away. The color.
Oh, that's an old one.
It's a Springbank 10. But if you get a Springbank 10 now, it's not this color. This one is from, I think it's 16. All right, I was wrong. 15. I was close. 15, 16. Found it on a shelf through a connection in Tennessee. Now lives in North Carolina, but you know.
Yeah.
So
Wait, what's in North Carolina?
I had a connection in Tennessee.
Okay.
Found it on the shelf. Now he moved to North Carolina.
Okay. So I'm going to
He
talk to you. I'm going to talk to you
whiskey.
offline. Talk to you offline about your connection in North Carolina. See if he can grab something.
He knows whiskey.
Right.
Yeah.
I assume that.
Yeah.
And
he
so
knows
that's
whiskey.
why we gotta talk to see if he can get something for us.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he knows people that have little huts in the forest.
Nice.
So since Bill had that little bit of Springbank, I had to pour some because I was thinking about that since I had that Springbank 11 sitting here and I tried earlier. And I haven't touched this bottle because it's just one of those ones that, like Jim was saying, these ones that I was drinking, you're just not going to get them anymore.
No.
So this bottle you're not getting anymore because what they're making now isn't the same as this. It's not that it's bad, but in my opinion, because I had a pour of the recent rendition, this is delicious. Delicious. Let me set this there next to the Glenlivet Nadira. Oh yeah, definitely Springbank. I mean, this Springbank and this Springbank on the nose is like bingo. Yeah, it was just one of those things. No people happened to be in the right spot at the right time, Bill. And
Oh yeah.
you know, the stars were in alignment, the moon was full, the tide was high, and the price was right.
Anthony, what's the average price of a Springbank 10?
Right now, $65, $70
Not bad.
on the 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it out here, but it's a Hondo, and I just can't.
Yeah,
afford
Is it really?
Rank 10 for $65 or $75. Good luck. Buy all of it.
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
not-
have to
it's
go
not
look
everywhere.
now. I haven't bothered to look at the 10 since I've had this, but I know when I bought this a couple of years ago, I only paid 65. When I say a couple of years, 2 years. Yeah.
60's
then-
good for a lot of scotches.
Yeah.
And then I had it
Well,
hand
just whiskeys
delivered.
in general.
Yeah.
So, but this on the nose, and you know, I'm going to pour a little more of this in the glass and do a little comparison. Just a tad, just a little tad of the Springbank 11 from 93 when it was distilled to this one here. So this is the one I just poured out of the box, out of the thing. And this one here is the other one. And just so I know, I'm going to mark it. I always keep a wine marker so I know. So I'll just put SB11 there. That way I can differentiate the two. But on the nose, I know this is Springbank. When I first smelled it, this is the 11, but this has a little more of the Springbank funk. I call it a little. I get the metallic on the nose, but it's not anything bad. This has more malt and the peat. This I know has the peat, but it's zestier, lemonier. I'm trying to describe the difference between the two, even though they're the same distillery.
Right.
But this nose on the 11 is not the same as the 2015 Springbank.
Ooh.
Yeah, not that it's bad, but you know the difference. But the nose, the notes that give it away that it's a Springbank is on both.
Now, what note is your spring break note?
So I
Spring
call it a metallic zestiness.
Oh, like a cheese grater with a lemon, like you're putting the zest
Yes.
in it.
Yes.
Yeah. That side of the Rhine.
And then
Yeah.
and you've got some peat mixed in there. This has that a little more predominant in the Springbank 11 than the 10. So I'm going to take a sip of this 11 again.
Oh, did his camera shit
It's
out?
very nice. It's very nice.
Anthony
Yep.
disappeared on camera.
Yeah, but you could still hear me, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're loud. You're loud and clear, buddy.
I just hold on. I'm not sure what's going on because I looked to see if it was in the overheat mode, and it wasn't. It's just being obstinate, and I don't know why.
Which is better than abstinent.
That's true. Hold on here. Let's see if I can't wake this thing up. But it happens. It's why it's live.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's thinking here. But the 11 is really good. Don't get me wrong. The 10 has the maltiness on the 10 is so much more predominant than the 11. And I'm not saying that it's bad by any means. No. It's definitely different. I mean, you can get the difference on it. The viscosity seems to be the same between the older distillate in the Springbank and the newer. So it seems to be very, very similar that way. And the flavor really, truthfully, isn't far off. However, the 11-year-old, it's a little more refined on the flavor, sharper and crisper. If I'm describing it right to you. So in other words, it's just it's a step above. I know it's a year older, but it's just a step above to me. The younger distillate, the 2015 10-year, is excellent. But you can discern the difference between the 11 and the 10. But the viscosity and the overall mouthfeel of it is extremely similar. Extremely similar. And so it's like, wow. That is that's what's different to me. It's like, wow, I didn't really, I thought it would be, how do I say this? I thought it would be, I just thought it would be closer.
Yeah, more of the same.
Yeah, but it's not.
Right.
Yeah, it is not. And that's weird. That's the weird part of it.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
the
a bad
weird.
thing. It's not a bad thing, though.
No, it's not a bad thing in it altogether at all. I like it, but it just goes to show you, as Jim was saying, when they made the Springbank 11 to versus the one I'm even now, none of that is the same as what it is now going forward.
Right.
It's not the same, and you can tell it. You can tell it. But there are so many similarities that's what's surprising too. There are so many similarities in it. It's like, wow, I wasn't expecting that to be like that.
It's funny.
Yeah, I just wasn't. I was expecting there to be a more distinct difference because the blenders aren't there anymore. It's not the same blenders from 93 as it is to the one that was made, that bottled in let's just say 15.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, wow. So they're staying true to the recipe. That's what I'll say. They're definitely staying true to the recipe on Springbank. And the color of the 11, believe it or not, is lighter than the color on the 10.
Mm.
Yeah, I could see that in the glass as I'm looking at both of them right now. It's like, holy smokes. That's also something that I thought was odd, figuring that the 11 would be a little darker than the 10, but it is not. So that's like, wow. A surprising little tidbit there.
That's good to know, though, because then you know what you're buying. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Or what you have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull the trigger on a Springbank 10 eventually.
And let me just say this: at the current price of $100, it's okay because it's good. But if you could find a Springbank 18 for around $1.50, I don't know what they're going for, but holy smokes, buy the 18.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, buy the 18. And I'm going to tell you, don't put it on the shelf with those other trophies you got. And I know you got them. I know you got your trophies.
Hey, no, I don't. I don't have any trophies over
Uh-huh.
I think I have a stag that's a trophy, and that's it. Everything else I've opened.
But anyway, yeah, you definitely want to open them.
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
For sure.
We all get older and realize, you probably should drink what you got.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's the guy I am.
I got an Elmer T. Lee sitting on the shelf, and why I haven't opened it yet, I don't know.
Yeah, waiting for the right person to open it with. I have
exactly. I opened up the GTS when Chris and Lil were here.
Yeah, you were talking about
Troy Man and Ed.
That's cool.
And Mojo was in town, but he didn't make it to the dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a problem with his eyelids; they just wouldn't open.
Yeah, that happens.
It happens. So he didn't make the dinner, but
But that's a good occasion though. You open a special bottle when you have
And that's why I
friends
got
there
it.
that are gonna they're gonna appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
exactly. You know, when I had the last year when I had the Pappy, I opened it then with them.
Yep. The only bottle on my shelf right now that I can call a trophy one that's not open is the Sinatra. But spoiler alert, December 12th, Sinatra's birthday, I'm gonna do a live stream where I open that and talk about
Oh, there you go. There you go.
What day is
that's
that?
the only fancy bottle I have on my shelf that I haven't opened and drank yet.
What day was that?
December 12th is Frank Sinatra's birthday, and I thought it when I bought it. I looked into it, and I was like, I would rather drink it on his birthday than the day he died. You know, like to celebrate because
Okay.
I'm a big Sinatra fan.
That's like a celebration of life.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I've got my top 10 Sinatra songs in hand, and my top Sinatra movies. Dude, that dude was a workaholic, man.
Oh yeah.
He pumped out like dozens of albums and dozens of movies in like a 10-year span. Just fucking workaholic.
And the whole Rat Pack thing they did, that was cool.
Right, and they were always on tour doing live on stage stuff at the same time. Like he was a busy beaver, man.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I have one of those bottles that I haven't opened, and maybe I'll join you on that stream.
Oh, I'd freaking love it if you did, man.
Yeah. Well, I
but
actually
yeah, December 12th is his birthday, and that's when I'm gonna pop that.
It just so happens I have another one of those coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from the fundraiser for Durrell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
that's one of the bottles I won on that giveaway.
Nice.
So, but Bill, no, you know what? I haven't tried the long row peated, and I'm going to add that to my collection. I just haven't grabbed it, and then the few times that I would have grabbed it when I went to the shop, it just wasn't on the shelf. And then at the time that it was there, I grabbed some other things, but it's one of those that you're not the only one that has asked me that and then have said, well, you need to try it. You need to try it because if you like the Springbank or you like this, you're going to like that. So I'm like, yeah, I am. It's something I am definitely going to add to the collection. And I want to say soon, or maybe as soon as they get it back on the shelf at the place I go. And sometimes I see it at Total Wine here in Vegas. But it's known. So people that like it or know of it, it generally doesn't sit long on the shelf. It doesn't fly off like some type of limited edition or special release, but it's a good pour. So that being said, I have to add that. It's just one of those things I just have to do at one point or another. But going again back to the Springbanks, since I've got the older distillate with the newer distillate side by side, they're both amazing drops, and honestly that they are.
Cool.
What just is surprising to me is the difference in color to where the older distillate's lighter than the newer, and I know the newer, and don't quote me, I don't think they add color to it, but I don't think, it's not stated on the bottle. So if it's not stated on the bottle, I don't assume that it is added or it isn't added. I'm not a person that's a purist. Okay. I prefer no color added, non-chill filtered.
Yeah.
I do prefer that. However, I am not a person that believes adding color changes anything.
Right.
People buy darker whiskey because they think it's
better.
good.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can drink whiskey, and as you know, it's totally clear, and make your right foot tap like it's never tapped before. Color has nothing to do with it.
It'll take you on a journey.
Let me tell you what, it'll take you
It'll
on a
send you
journey.
places.
It will. So this
Can I get an amen?
Kilwoven, the Pachin, the Irish whiskey that, and you can't call it whiskey because it's only rested for like 10 weeks in a barrel. Rested. But that's 67.5 ABV.
And
it has a very, very light color to it because it does absorb some color from the barrel. But let me tell you what, drinks nowhere near that ABV. And you keep sipping on that, and let me tell you what, it's going to send you somewhere. That's for sure. But it is so good that it will hurt you because it doesn't drink like that. And it's such a good sipper. And I never heard of it until she gave me the samples. So that being said, yeah, I did. She sent me a peated Irish whiskey flight because she knows I won't shy away from a peated whiskey, particularly Irish or whatever. So she sent that, and as a kicker, she put that other one in there. Hey, Troy. And so, and I'd never heard of it, and man, was it so good. Yeah, I think one of those was in there too, Jim.
Cheers, Troy.
Midnight Soaky.
Hey guys.
Yeah, I think one of those was in
Hey,
there.
Bremer.
Also.
Hey Troy, don't take it as offense. It's 1:30. I gotta go see y'all.
All right.
Hey,
All right, buddy.
believe me.
I
Cheers,
take
Brian.
total offense at that, but Troy, you know I love you.
See you,
Cheers,
Brian.
All
Brian.
right, man.
Cheers, boy.
Cheers.
All right,
Cheers.
good night, Brian. Love you, buddy.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Ooh, man.
Good to see you, Troy.
Yeah, good to see you. I have a bottle for you, but I won't be able to see you until God only knows when. Maybe I'll drop it off with a baller tomorrow. I have no idea.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let me know anytime you're on this side of the mountains. Let me know, and I'll see if I can work it in my schedule to come meet up with you.
I'll be there all week, but I'm going to be in Bremerton, which Army, Navy, you know, those kind of things.
Well, no, I work in Port Orchard, which is just like half an hour from Bremerton, so we might be able to work something out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll text you tomorrow.
right.
That bottle from Vic, the California Dramin that I bought
Yeah.
2 of,
Yeah,
I'm bringing that to you.
dope, awesome.
So, because shit, I don't need 2 of them. So,
How do you know?
well, let this be a lesson. Do not drink and whiskey shop online. Don't do it.
Dude,
Well,
I
we've all
am
been there.
guilty, so guilty of like buying bottles after I've been drinking.
Yeah. But then you get presents that you didn't know you had. So it's kind of cool.
And
Until
you
you
get
get
good
the
bottles. You get good bottles doing it too. So
Oh, yeah. Yep. But yeah. So I'll text you, Mark.
All right, sounds good.
Jim, you barely look awake.
I'm awake.
Mhm.
You guys drinking scotch tonight? I've got
yeah.
Well,
I got low proof
you
stuff
can-
over here. I'm just drinking.
You
the,
can drink anything you want to drink because this will be the last. Oh yeah, drink your Michter's. This will be the last pour. Everybody,
Ooh,
fill
I'll
your
join you in
glass,
that.
whatever.
Absolutely, I would love. This is going to be my last pour of the night.
Yeah.
There you go.
Heck
I mean,
yeah.
you don't have to drink a Scotch. If you want to pour a Merlot, I don't care what you do. It could be a cup of coffee. It's all good.
there you go.
It's all good.
I spent yesterday and most of yesterday with Lawrence Beamer. I don't know. He's over in Pocatello, Idaho, but he came over for the Fresh Hop Festival over in Yakima. So I spent some time with him and his wife Lucy, and had a good time just
drinking beer, talking everything, whiskey, and enjoying life. And I saw him again this morning because I dropped off a bottle of wine with him when he was here in the Tri-Cities. So I love the Whiskey Tube community because it's like everybody is always friendly and everybody's friends. And it's like you can talk online. Like, obviously with Mark, I've seen him, half a dozen times or a dozen times or whatever it's been. And I've met Anthony once, and every single time it's been like you can talk to them or talk to you guys as if you're longtime friends.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Yes.
same thing with Z-Man and Jim, and just like if I was in a bar with you guys or on the street, just instant friendship. It's amazing.
Yeah.
We'd have fun together. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And I would punch somebody in the face if they disrespected you.
That's right.
I was wondering about that in Woodinville that one day.
It could have happened if that yuppie piece of crap wanted to take it there, but he wouldn't be able to handle it.
Well,
I'll tell you what.
In a perfect world, Mark.
Oh,
He's
man.
right.
Those are good times.
Yeah.
Cheers, David. Yeah. This is what happens. You think Cheech does late night. Depends on what side of the world you're on. But hey,
I've talked my way out of a lot of fights over the years. So, in my job. Okay.
Exactly.
So,
let's see if we can get this thing to want to cooperate here.
Ooh, Ugadal.
That was my last pour.
I kind of want that too.
Hard
You
big.
should have those.
Okay, I'll be right back. Sorry. I hate getting right on cam and then just getting off again. But I'll be right back.
It's all right. We'll still be here for a little bit.
Ugadal. Yeah, my first Scotch I ever had was the Lafroy 10. Boy, did that really.
Oh wow.
Well,
Yeah.
Lafroy, like I said, it's
I had the
in your face.
I had the peat on the back of the pallet, and I'm thinking, how come this doesn't go away?
It doesn't go away. It'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm trying to drink bourbon and taste it. I'm like, yeah, probably wasn't a good idea. But the Lafroy 10 by itself, delish. It was good. That's good. That's good.
There you go.
Nice.
And it is really, really good.
That's why I grabbed the classic. I grabbed some of the Glenmos that are out there. I would like to find a Loch Lomond. And Greenback 10, definitely.
Oogie. Yes, a little Oogie. Do me a favor, sit right here. I'm going to pop out and pop back in. I reinstalled my driver for the camera.
Oh, okay.
See if it works.
We'll be here.
All right, Jim. You moving tomorrow or what?
I am moving next Sunday, the 15th, but tomorrow I'm going to be moving a bunch of stuff to a storage unit temporarily, so that'll be fun.
So somebody asked you if it was a federal holiday, is it?
It is, yeah. Oddly enough, Columbus Day is a federal holiday,
Okay.
so I have tomorrow.
I'm a state guy for a whole bunch of years, and tomorrow's a holiday for me.
Of course, the downside is because I work for the Postal Service. No holiday is really a holiday because you just come in the day after and you got twice as much work.
Right.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling.
So when you don't go, do you get paid?
It should be a paid holiday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's a paid holiday. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm usually scheduled on Mondays, so I should get paid for it. Yeah.
I've been working my job for 32 years. So.
Damn.
Yeah,
I haven't
so
even
I
worked
do
in 32
private
years.
armed security for a federal facility, and there's like half of the workforce at the facility is state employees, the other half is federal employees. And so all the federal employees recognize Columbus Day as a federal holiday, so they're not going to be there. And it's a federal site. But the other half is state employees, and they don't recognize Columbus Day because I'm in Washington State, and they're liberals, and Columbus
Are
is
you
bad.
serious? Jeez.
Yeah, and so all the state employees are going to be there tomorrow because they don't. Washington State doesn't recognize it as a holiday.
Yay.
Ta-da! Yeah,
There it
sometimes you just got to back all the way out.
So
Reboot it.
you unplug it and plug it back in.
Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah. So I had to go all the way back out from the scratch. I knew you guys would still be there because I didn't get in the stream.
Oh yeah.
Out of StreamYard, load it back, and ta-da!
Yay!
Yeah. But
There you go, Jim.
It's good to see you again.
Oogie, yes.
It's a good night pour.
Well, it's a peat that sticks with you, just like he was talking about the
Lafroy
the Lafroy.
Yeah.
It'll be with you tomorrow. You can brush your teeth and gargle with Listerine. You're going to know you had Lafroy, or you know you're going to have Arbeg.
Yeah.
Or
there's nothing wrong with peat back, because it's like sitting by a campfire, you know.
Oh no, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it.
No, me either.
Mm-mm.
You got to work tomorrow, Anthony?
I got to be up at 0300.
I thought you worked for the city.
No. But you're close.
Right.
You're at 3 a.m. I don't envy that. Whoa.
No. I thought I was bad waking up at 4:30.
Yeah, no.
I have to leave by 8:30 in the morning, so I.
Shut your damn mouth.
Oh. And I'm driving straight from my house to Bourbon Baller's place.
Oh, nice.
To go buy stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to my
will
conference.
you give him a big hug and kiss for me?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I love that guy.
Well, I'm going to be loving some of them pics from him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How many? I think I sent you 5 picks.
8
5
total.
picks, and then 3 just regular Woodenvilles.
Okay.
Well, special Woodenvilles, not the regular Woodenvilles.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say those aren't
regular
run-of-the-mill Woodenville.
No, those are not shelf ends.
Because I'm not a fan of the standard Woodenville, but the picks and the higher proof,
so good.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Distillate. Amazing.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And as we learned when I had Brett, the owner, on the show, he is very involved in the single barrel program. And so that's why the picks are so freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're high ABV.
Yeah.
They're freaking delish.
So I sent him Bourbon Baller's single barrel pick, which is 115 proof something. And then I sent him the 2 smoked ones, a Maplewood and the Sweet Peat.
The Sweet Peat,
yeah.
Which are both 100 proof. And then I sent him the Calvados finished one, which is 111 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those are the 4 Woodenvilles. Then I sent him 2 of the Elijah Craig. Literally, that is the exact packaging that Mark Emmenecker sent me his samples in.
Nice.
So I repurposed it.
There you go. There it is.
I sent him to 2 Elijah Craig barrels, that the 8-year and the 10-year that Bourbon Baller did, and then I did the 4 Roses OESK. I think that was that one. I did not send you the Angels Envy one just because
I'm going to send it to you.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep, I'm going to send you the Angels Envy one, and what was the other one that I had?
Do you have the Knob Creek Rye?
No.
Okay.
Like we talked about this. I was like, don't send him all of his picks because I'll send him these ones.
Okay.
And what was the other one?
You probably have Elijah Craig. Well, yeah. We'll figure it out, but
yeah.
All right.
No, it's all good. I've got more here than I'm going to drink in the next 2 weeks. And just so everybody knows, this coming Sunday, there will be no stream. I've got a few things going on, so I won't be streaming this coming Sunday. So, Jim, if you're home and you're not doing anything,
we'll see.
Yeah. So you're more than welcome to go late or whatever. But yeah, got something to do. So the Sunday after that will be up and running, and then the 29th, which will be the end of the month, I won't have a stream on that day either.
Mhm.
It's one thing nice about having your own channel. You stream when you want to stream. But
Yeah.
I just got a few things going on over the weekends.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah.
It's up to
Yeah.
you. It's your
Exactly.
schedule.
Exactly. So I'm taking a PTO day. A little personal. Mm-hmm.
Except it's just a TO day. It's not paid time off. It's just time off.
No, that's what I said. PTO, personal time off.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Mhm.
Personal time off. So you're
Personal
taking a
time
mental
off.
health day.
Yeah. Mental health.
Yeah.
It'll involve whiskey, but yeah, no. There is a huge pipe convention in town this coming weekend.
Mm.
So I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, meeting up with some people in the YouTube pipe community. And so sit down, having some chats with those, and trying to work out some collaborations with a few of them, and see if I can't nail down some dates and times that we can do some streams together. So it's really a networking opportunity for me.
Yeah.
And besides, you never know. I might find something good there. Who knows? But that being said, well, you know what, Bill? If you don't know, there's another one called Whiskey Encore.
Oh, yep.
And Cheech, he's down in Florida, and you may already subscribe to him. But if you haven't, he does late night stuff for sure. That's why they call it Whiskey Encore.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that you want to watch and just kind of keep going in the background. You can catch up on some of the stuff and that he does and just play his, but go and subscribe to his channel, click on the bell, get your notifications so you know he's on. And then when you want to, pop in and tell him Bourbon Neophyte sent you. No, he won't throw you out, I don't think. I don't think.
No,
but
Probably
no,
not.
he's a good guy. And then another one that does late nights, early days. Well, he'll start at like 9 p.m. my time here in Vegas because he's in California. And sometimes when I get up at 6 in the morning, he's still on. So Big Vic's Backyard BS.
Yep.
Big Vic's Backyard BS. And trust me, it's a lot of bullshit. But they're late night people, and we're West Coast people. I am.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are not. They're East Coast or Central. Z-Man, who's at the bottom right, he's just next door to me in Arizona.
Yeah.
So,
We're the same
feel
time.
free to check those guys out because, like I said, they're on late, Bill. If you haven't already done that and know that, and I'm generally on Sundays at 9, unless I tell you otherwise. But if you ever
And if you're
have
up early in the morning and want to talk whiskey, Ken from Scotch Down Under is probably on.
Oh yeah, Scotch Down Under. He comes on. I'm West Coast, so about 6 a.m. my time, 9 a.m. East Coast time. But for him, it's around 10 p.m. at night. Usually, like he comes on, it'll be Saturday morning. So for him, it's almost Sunday morning, as in midnight, because they're almost a full day ahead of us. But believe me, good channel, good stuff. But we all do a thing called pub style, and that's what you are seeing right now. That the link is posted, and anyone is allowed to pop on and contribute.
It's like we're in a bar over here.
Exactly. Except we just don't leave here or where you are. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come on, and it could be with a cup of coffee because you're you're at work and on your break or something like that, you don't have to have whiskey. You just want to chat about some things.
Yeah. Got me drinking beer.
So, yeah, we don't care. It could be water, it could be beer, it could be tea, it could be Scotch, it could be bourbon, it could be rye, it could be Irish, it could be Japanese. You could be drinking a Merlot. Like I said, we don't care. And some people on this channel will. Where's he at? Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. But it's okay. You don't have to have a drink in your hand. But so it's called pub style.
Yeah.
So we just sit here and talk about whatever it is we want to talk about, really. But generally, we're all talking about the next bottle or the latest acquisition that we got, what it's like, and so on and so forth. Is it worth the hunt? Isn't it worth the hunt? Is it worth the chase? Not worth the chase? Or I can't get that in Nevada, but oh my gosh, they get it in Washington, or they get it in Michigan, or it's in Massachusetts. Well, okay.
So speaking of that, Anthony, so last night when I did the veterans live stream, there was somebody in the comments that said, I'm doing sober October, so no drink in my hand. I'm just here to watch. And I was like, I stopped for a minute and was like, you're not drinking this entire month, but you're still tuning in to watch for the community, the camaraderie. I freaking love it. Just absolutely love it.
Yeah. Well, you could sit at a bar and have soda pop. It don't matter.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I've done it before. I gotta drive me home.
Hey, I'm on Ken's stream with coffee. So.
Oh yeah. I'm watching Ken's stream while I'm at work writing my reports. I've got my phone up, just like listening to him in the background.
Yeah.
So.
I was on Ken's stream this morning. Had a few drinks, took a nap, came back.
Yeah.
But Bill, this is what we're about. It's a community. It's just a bunch of people who enjoy distilled spirits, and we enjoy talking about it. But you might like IPAs, just like I said. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's absolutely fine. But we welcome everybody. When I say we don't have rules, we really don't have rules. We'll just tell you, you're always respectful. We have differences of opinions, and it's okay. But it's also okay to express your opinion, but also know that we may not share your opinion, but never is there any, how do I say, arguments over it. If there is, I have this button that just boots your ass, whoever it is.
Yep.
And that's it. We don't tolerate that. Like I said, we're a good group. We enjoy the company, and we enjoy talking about these spirits.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And then football will come into play, hockey, baseball, basketball, because we all have different likes, interests. And, we might even talk about, things that you take to a range and send lead down 100 yards or whatever, but you got to watch, because YouTube is funny.
Yeah.
We have to separate church and state sometimes. So,
but you can still say target practice, and you can also say Microsoft Surface Book, and you can put the two together. As an IT guy, you can, use a Microsoft Surface Book for target practice. I'm just saying, just put that out there.
Yes, you can. See,
there's software out there called Ad Blocker, and I use it on YouTube. And live streams, you never see ads, but you see it on everything else. And tonight, when I was trying to load your stream, Anthony, it would not let me on here. And it finally let me on, and it ran for a little while, and it's saying, you can't use this on this website. I'm like, really? So right now, it's off.
Oh.
So,
but you've used it before. That's odd.
Well, you know how YouTube is. I think it's just new YouTube.
Oh, trust me, I know.
It's YouTube rules. So I shut it off.
No, I got you. Yeah, I got you. I get sick of their style from time to time, and I will go off on a little tangent about YouTube and their censorship on things. And I try to how do I say this? I try to be.
You try to abide by their rules.
Yeah. I don't have a choice.
Yeah. And you as a
until
creator,
something better comes along.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right, guys. I'm about 45 minutes late letting the dogs out, so I got to run.
Well,
All right.
I'm gonna sign it off for the night. You guys just hold tight because I don't want your dogs to, have an accident all over the house. So, but it's a pleasure seeing you all here. It's a pleasure seeing
Oh,
everybody in chat
absolutely.
and having this discussion. Mr. Morgan, all the way from the UK, who stays up just to come and sit here and listen to us. It's always wonderful. Bill, you're always welcome. Honestly, if you ever got time, click on the link that's up at the top of the chat. Feel free to join us and pour a dram and let's talk a little whiskey. But until we see each other again, cheers, everybody. Be looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks.
All right,
Cheers.
good night, y'all.
Have a good evening.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.